What are the proper elements of firing the shot, and how do we coach that at Patriot Training? Let's talk about that. Welcome to the Patriot Training YouTube channel. My name is Clay Howell. I'm the owner and head instructor at Patriot Training. The topic of today's video is what we like to call GAP, grip, aim, press. Those are the fundamentals to firing the shot. That's what we coach on each and every student in order to build their skills so that they are able to shoot accurately, shoot quickly, and defend themselves should the situation ever arise. Folks, there's lots of different things that might be called into play when it comes to firing the shot correctly. I've seen people include topics such as stance, grip on the gun, hold control, sight alignment, sight picture, respiratory pause or breath control, properly holding the gun, proper posture with your body, deploying the rifle, in other words, ready ups or things like that, deploying the pistol, which would include the draw stroke, how to manipulate the trigger, how to follow through on your shots, how to have trigger reset. There's about 157 different topics that we can talk about. And because there's so many, instead of overwhelming our students and making them feel like they're drinking from the fire hose, so to speak, we like to boil these down into three essential elements: grip, aim, press. Those are the three parts of firing the shot according to myself and the other instructors at Patriot Training. And let's talk about the major parts of what builds each of these segments. Grip includes how you hold the gun, both your hand placement as well as your body posture when you're standing or kneeling or prone or what have you. This includes handguns, rifles, and shotguns. You need to grip the gun properly with the proper amount of pressure, with the proper amount of proper posture behind it, and you need to be able to also deploy the firearm. That might mean a ready up for a rifle, that might mean a draw for a pistol, that may mean a number of other things as well. So not only how you hold it, but how you deploy that firearm. Aim includes topics such as sight alignment, which is the relationship between the sights, the sight picture, which is a relationship between aligned sights and the target, and then respiratory pause or breath control. And we put that in here because improper breathing or failure to have a respiratory pause can cause a disruption in the sight picture, which means the shot is going to miss. So we put respiratory pause in here because you want to breathe and manipulate the trigger such that you do not disrupt the sights when they are on target. Speaking of the trigger, the last part of GAP, grip, aim, press, is to press the trigger. Now it's easy just to say press the trigger and nobody ever gets it. So we teach you how to touch the trigger, how to take up the slack on that trigger, and then how to squeeze that trigger with 15 E's or else you're wrong. And the objective of doing that is to gently manipulate your trigger rearward such that your sight picture is not disturbed or disrupted. This keeps the gun on target throughout the trigger manipulation and makes sure that your bullet hits the target. One of the things that is taught in many marksmanship circles is correct follow-through. And the NRA will tell you that proper follow-through is to keep doing all of the things that you have been doing that are proper marksmanship up to, including the shot, and after the shot, to keep doing those things. In other words, don't change anything even though you just fired. And I would agree, and that sounds also like it's a whole lot of information and not very descriptive all at the same time. So specifically what we teach is that as you squeeze that trigger, such as not to disrupt your sights, and you have the boom in the gun, you experience your recoil, you get your sights back on target while maintaining the trigger pinned to the rear. And then when your sights are back on target, you allow your trigger to reset. So that's trigger follow through, that's trigger reset. That helps you to stay on target and helps to get you in a mindset of doing something other than jerking the trigger, because the number one cause of shots missed downrange is the jerking the trigger. We don't want you to do that. Instead, we want you to touch, slack, squeeze, pin your trigger to the rear once it goes boom, sights back on target, and trigger reset. When you manipulate your trigger that way, we've seen it 1,000 times here at Patriot Training, more than that. When you manipulate your trigger that way, the bullet hits your target. It's just that simple. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what counts, because you cannot miss fast enough to win a gunfight. That's for sure. Well, y'all, it really, truly is that easy. There's a lot more to it than that, but those are the big fundamentals, and that's what we teach, and that's what we coach here at Patriot Training, and that's where our students gain insight, gain skill. They're able to rapidly improve very quickly and bring their skill level up to that of, a much, much higher level than when they came in. And, it just happens time and time again. And when you see Patriot Training students up next to other students from other schools, you can see the difference. Patriot Training students tend to hit their target more often right in the middle, and to do so faster. And at the end of the day, that's what shooting is about, is how accurate are you and how fast are you. And, that coaching, that gap method does the trick, that's for sure. Folks, do you think I left something out? Leave me a comment. Is there something else you'd like to add? Again, leave me a comment. Hit like, hit subscribe, click that notification bell. That way you'll know when the new Patriot Training videos are dropped. And I must remind you, you don't have to be a Patriot to train, but you do have to train if you want to be a Patriot. Take care.